Hi, Gibaud, Gibaud.com, and today I'm going to show you something. Honestly, if every time they asked about this product, they would give me €1, I would be rich. But the idea is not to get rich asking you for €1, but present you this flash by Neewer, the Z2. And actually, Neewer sent me several flashes. One, the Q400, already presented it. It's here. The link is here. But also they sent me this Z2, this one. Okay. They also sent me the Q200 and also the remote control, the Q Pro. In a separate video, I will show you the Q200 with the remote control with a trigger. But that trigger, you could actually use it also with this flash. But in this video, I'll show you this Z2, Z2, and a set of accessories. So let's start. So this flash is direct competition of the Godox V1 or the Westcott FJ80 or Gibaud HD900, I think it's called. So this is a round head, all this. So I'm going to tell you first the first thing that is a bit negative to me. It comes with a nice pouch, that's it, like this, okay? But for me, the pouch is a bit too small, okay? I think it would be a bit nicer, that it would be not as forced in there, okay? In this pouch, you will, so that this is the negative point, okay? And here you will find, you can actually, a small strap can put on your belt or whatever, and here you have a small stand in case you wanted to put the flash on the stand. Okay, so that's okay. And in the box you will find manual, a guarantee card, all this, and also the charger for the battery, and also a micro cloth in case you wanted maybe to clean the screen. Okay, so honestly this flash is great value for the money. Okay, so I'm going to give you the specs, all this. And by the way, I've got this flash, the Q200, the Q400, some modifiers by Neewer. I will soon create a photo shoot with all three together. But right now I've presented the product, okay? Because otherwise it would be too long. So make a photo shoot to see how it works all together. It exists for Canon, Sony, and also Nikon. I asked for a Sony version. Why? Because I didn't have any flash for Sony, so I thought that in case you want to use high sync and TTL, it needs to be any of these three brands. But if you wanted to use another brand like Fujifilm, Olympus, Lumix, then you would need to use it in manual mode. It will work, maybe not the Sony because the foot is different. But if you get a Canon version with a central connector, it would work in manual mode with no problem, okay? So I'm going to tell you the specs about this. So yeah, honestly, I'm surprised how good it is for what it costs. And by the way, if you wanted to help me, I've got affiliated links in the description. Please use them, that really helps me. And don't forget, if you buy Luminar Neo, Aperty by Skylum, and also any product from K&F, it means K&F Concept and other products they have, you get a 10% discount with my code ERIC10. In the case of Luminar Neo or Aperty, it's 10% on top of any offer they have. You still great offer, still place my code, it's even cheaper for you. So thank you, that really helps me. Let's carry on. Well, let's look at this flash. Well, I'm not going to get every detail because it will take hours, okay? Here, as you can see, it's a round head. This is a magnetic head. You can actually tilt it 7 degrees, 120 degrees, and rotate from 0 to 330 degrees. I know some people will say, why can't you turn direct to the end here? You have to go the other way around, because if there would be no stop, you would end up breaking the cable in there. This is the reason, okay? Here you have a screen, but before getting there, first here you have a protection that comes with the connector here. Maybe you will lose it, but it's good they placed it. This is a Sony version. I noticed that it's a lot shorter than the Godox V1, and especially the 8600 that gave a lot of problem for Sony users, and this looks a lot better for me, okay? A lot shorter. I think it's more steady, okay? Here you have a lock, so you can lock it on camera if you want, okay? So that's good. On the side here, you will find two things. One is a connector here, USB-C connector, if you wanted to charge your flash through here, and also a jack in case you would like to trigger the flash with a cable, so it's there. Here there is a beautiful button. I say why beautiful? Because you don't need to access menus when you want to switch from TTL to manual mode. What is that? Let's say someone doesn't know how to do manual mode for flashes. That person knows that depending where you actually measure light, whether on the face and then on the shirt, then on the jacket or whatever, the amount of light that will come out of your flash may vary if you're using TTL. So if you're in a steady situation, really stable, you don't want to use TTL. But if you don't know how to do it, you first do your picture TTL, and when you feel the lighting is fine, then you move on to M. And from then it will translate to manual mode and things will be set. Nothing will change anymore. So this is really easy to use, okay? Here on the front you will find a modeling light that is here. There's a second one here, so you can use either of them. And here this window is important because behind this you have a cell that will detect if you're shooting in slave mode with another flash, okay? But also an autofocus light assistance in case you have the camera, the flash on your camera and you want to have a typical red light to focus easier. So that's good because I've seen other flashes, even some more expensive, they don't have this autofocus help, so that's great, it's in there, okay? Here on this side you have a pull button and you will be able to release the battery. In case you wanted to have several batteries, you could charge this one while you put the first one or the second one in there, and that works, okay? So far that's the way it looks. Now we're going to get to the screen itself. To switch on, it's easy. I'm not going to get in every details. I'm going to try to do as fast as I can. There's a great manual with that, so you can actually learn how to use it if you buy it, okay? You press here in the center and you will actually have three ways of using this flash. One is on camera or off camera, but not triggered by a remote control or another flash via Wi-Fi, okay? It means if it's on camera, you place it on your camera and you can decide on the power from full power down to 1/256 of power, okay? In third or in 10th increments. Then you can actually decide on the zoom. Actually, you heard it when I moved here. What is that? When actually you have a lens on your camera with an angle, if you have a flash, you don't want the flash to be more narrow than the angle your picture is covering. Otherwise, you will see like a beam of light that doesn't cover everything. So there are two ways. Or you set it yourself, or you have it on camera and in automatic mode, and it will set it by itself. If you do it in manual way, don't forget if your camera is APS-C, this information, because zoom goes from 28 to 105 millimeter, is for full frame. If you're on APS-C and you have a 50mm lens, for example, the angle covered would be the same as 75mm, so you would place that on that, okay? Then if it's on your camera, you can also decide if you want autofocus to be active. The lighting help will appear. Then you can also decide on the sync, high sync or normal sync. What is that? If your camera allows it, okay? It means if you make a picture, you have a first curtain that goes up, then your sensor is fully uncovered, the flash triggers, and then the second curtain travels. So the picture is properly lit. But from a certain speed, the sync is not being made anymore. It means the first curtain opens, the second starts traveling at the same time. So there's more thin stripe of light that will get in, but will not fully cover the sensor. This is why sometimes you see a picture with a black band on it, because actually the curtain was still there when the flash triggered and it didn't lit properly. The scene was not captured properly lit. This is the reason. So in this case, you just go for high sync. It means while both curtains are traveling, your flash is triggering several flashes. You see just one, okay? I will explain after the multi things. That is something different. and actually it will properly lead the picture. Okay, some people like to use it. I don't like to use it personally, but if you like to do it, it can synchronize up to 1/8,000 of a second, and you will indicate it here if you want it to activate it or not. Then obviously you can be in TTL or in manual mode, or you can be also in what we call multi. Multi, what is that? It means you will indicate the amount of picture you want to make, the triggering you want to make, and the frequency in hertz. Let's say you're in a completely dark, pitch black environment, and I'm going to throw a tennis ball like this, woo, and put my camera in bulb mode, and every time the flash triggers, it will freeze the action, and in one single picture you will see the ball several times. Okay, so you can do that. You can use this mode and configure your flash to trigger several times during the amount of picture you want to make, all this. You can do up to 199 hertz and 100 triggering. Beware, if you use this system, don't forget that that really overheats any flash, not just this one, any flash, and you need to have it cooling down just after, otherwise you will ruin your flash. Okay, that's important to know that. So you have these three possibilities: manual, TTL, or multi. In case I am with my flash as a standalone without any Wi-Fi connected to any trigger or the other system, maybe I wanted to trigger for using sympathy. It means there's another flash. When it triggers, this one through here captures the light and will trigger at the same time. In this case, I've got the S1 and S2 mode. What is that? S1, if the other flash is in manual mode, that's it, it will trigger at the same time. S2, if the other flash is in TTL, because when you make TTL picture, it makes a pre-flash. Although you see just one, there's a pre-flash and then the definitive flash. If this flash is not aware that this is a pre-flash and not a real flash, then it will trigger at the wrong time. So if the other one is TTL, you put it in S2, and this one will trigger at the right moment. Okay? Now maybe you want to use your flash in a different way. You want to use it as a receiver, or X. Okay? In this situation, it will be triggered or by another flash that uses a master mode, we'll see after that, or with a trigger. In this case, you need to set several things. One is the frequency. Well, the frequency is already set, but the group you have and the channel. The channel, there are 32 channels. Why so many? Because maybe someone else is doing pictures with another flash with a trigger, and you don't want him to trigger your flash. Okay, so you set in a different channel. And then groups. There are 5 possible groups when you use the Q system by Neewer, A, B, C, D, E. And what is that? Let's say I've got 3 flashes. I want one to be full power, one being a quarter of power, and the third one a 16th of power. If they're all in the same group, they're set for the same power. So I need to assign separate groups, so I can say every flash on group A is full power, every flash on group B is half power, and so on. Okay, so you need to indicate here the channel, so it can communicate with the trigger or with a master flash, and the group it belongs to. You can also indicate an ID, up to 99 IDs, because maybe you have 3 flashes in the same group, but you still want to know which one is one and get the ID for each. Okay, that's important. So this way you can actually work, same thing, it can be in TTL, it can be in manual mode, it all depends on the master. Okay, but it will be managed by the trigger or a master flash. So you need to know this, and in all the situation of whether it's on your camera, whether it's as a slave mode, or whether it is as triggered by another system, another trigger, or another flash, master flash, you can always, I forgot to show you yet, activate the modeling light. There are 2, one here, one here. I press here on this button. Sorry, I have to press. Okay. Oh, I switch. Sorry, I switch off the light. Okay, I press here, and as you can see, I am on the top. There are 10 levels. Okay. Okay. If I don't want the top, I press again. It indicates the bottom here. Okay, And now this one is working, okay? Some people think this is for video light. It's not. You can use it for it, but it's not the idea, okay? It would not last long enough anyway. So if you don't want it, you just switch it off, okay? So you go to off, and that's it. So in all modes you can use that. And the last mode you could actually use it, you press it here, okay? And is as a master TX. It's a transmitter as well as a flash. In this case, the screen is different. You have a list of groups. M, that belongs to this one, okay? Then A, B, C. It means that I can have this flash on my camera and manage all the group of flashes. Decide which one is doing what, the power or this. So I can decide that from here. So it's not just a flash. Actually, even if it's on camera, this one I put it, manage to make sure it doesn't send any light and just use it as a trigger. Or it can also send light and trigger other flashes. So I can manage everything from here. In this case, I can have all the flashes, but I can also press to see. I can press also to have a zoom on a specific group to see better what I want. Because for each group, I can set if the modeling light is on. I can set if it's TTL, manual, or multi. I can set everything from here, okay? Same as if it was a trigger, okay? So there are these possibilities, and here I forgot something that is important. This is red button. It doesn't go green when it's ready, it just switch on when it's ready, okay? This is if you want to trigger to see if everything is doing fine. If I was at maximum power, I'm going to change mode, okay, just to show you, okay? Let's go to maximum power. You just turn the wheel here, okay? And if I want to go at maximum power, as you can see, it becomes red and sounds when it's ready, okay? So this flash honestly is a great tool for what it costs. So I'm going to give you some more specs, okay? And then we'll see the accessories. To switch on, switch off, it's easy, it's fast. You just press in the center and that's it. So it has 76 watt second, which is only 4 watts less than the Godox V1. I think this is fine. You can use it in TTL, manual mode, and multi. The zoom is from 28 up to 105 millimeter. You can have it in auto or in manual to fix exactly the width of the beam of light. When you use TTL, you can actually compensate, because actually same as when you use auto on your camera, or if you use priority of speed or aperture, sometimes the way it calculates the exposure is not exactly good, so you need to compensate. Same thing on this flash, can have +3, -3 EV, not directly +3, yeah, +1, +1 and something, and so on. The power can be managed from full power down to 1/256 of a second. You can synchronize your flash on front curtain or rear curtain on your camera, depending on the effect you want to do, so it's possible. What's important is the duration of the flash. Many people have a big confusion with that. They think that when you're on half power, it sends you off of the power, and that's not true. Any flash, not this one, any flash always sends the same amount of power. What it does is shorten the time. So it means at maximum power, you will not have a duration of flash that is the same as minimum power. And that's so important when you want to freeze action. So this information is vital for people who do action photography and they need to freeze the action. At full power, the flash duration is 1/180th of a second, which is not really short. It doesn't freeze that much. But if you're on the minimum power of 1/250th of power, then it's 1/20,000th of a second, and that really freezes action. So this is why so often we use flashes that are more powerful than what we need, just because we drop the power as much as we can to have a really short actuation, so it really freezes the action. So this time for a minimum power is really good. For maximum power, you will not freeze much, okay? You will have to go to a quarter of power or something like this to really start to freeze the action. The modeling lights have 10 level of adjustment, and they have 2 watts of light, and the color temperature of this modeling light is 3300 Kelvin, which is really warm. But well, for me, modeling light is not for lighting, it's actually to see what you're doing. You want to see where the light is coming from, to see if it's properly orientated, and this is what modeling light is for. So actually this color temperature does not appear on your picture, okay? If we look at the battery, it gives a really quick recycle at maximum power 1.5 second, minimum power I think is 0.01 second, so this is, you can really work nice with that. If we look at the battery again, 7.4 volts, 2600 milliamps, and it will give you at full charge and full power 480 actuation before the battery is empty. 480 photos at full power, I think is really good. It's really fine. I mean, except if you're in the bright sun and you want to use that maximum power, normally you're on half power, quarter of a power, and it will last forever. You can do a really nice photo shoot with this. So for me, no problem. The light color temperature is 5600 Kelvin plus minus 200 Kelvin, which is really fine. It's daylight color, though that's fine to me. The Wi-Fi, when you do remote control, as using this as a master and trigger, or if it's being managed by a trigger, is 100 meter without any obstacle. That means that if you have trees or whatever in the middle, that could be a problem. But if you're indoor, maybe if you're several room away, that's a problem. But if you're in the same space, no problem. That's okay. I don't have any problem with distance with that. As I said, if you use trigger, it's 5 groups, 32 channel, and you can always have up to 99 IDs for each for flash, okay, to give an ID to each. The weight 580 grams. And the price is so affordable, I think, 289 euros, which is cheaper than the V1, a lot cheaper than Pro Photo. Really, I think the price is fair for what it offers. So for me, this flash is no doubt completely recommendable. The results it gives are good. I know some people will ask, Eric, does it overheat? Well, I think many people, they buy the wrong tool for what they want to do. 99% of people who use this for what it's made for, product photography, fashion photography, portrait photography, will not have any problem with that. The problem is a person that think that a flash that costs 289 euros will do the same job as a flash that costs 1000 euros. And he buys that to do action photography, doing many pictures in a row with a high burst rate, and after while the flash, this one or most flashes will say, well, overheating. It's not the right tool for what you want to do. Or I see some wedding photographer, they are with flash like mad. I don't say they're mad, I say the way they do it. But it's their choice. But for that, you need to have the right tool. A flash that can be, triggering forever at high speed and no problem, but it doesn't cost that price. But most wedding photographers don't do it this way, and this flash will be fine for them. Okay, so for me, the things of overheating or not, it depends a lot on how you make pictures. For me, I had absolutely no problem doing flash photography with this flash without stopping, but not as mad as some people. I had no problem with this. So let's speak about the second thing I want to tell you, the accessories. This has a magnetic head, and flashes to get a better quality, help you balance light. There are accessories that are great. This is optional. It costs 67 euros, I think. It comes in this small pouch, and you will find several things in there. Well organized, really nice, okay? Let's say you feel the shadows are too harsh because the size of the light beam is small. So you can diffuse. It means it will make it a bit larger because it will go every area, and it means that if you have shadows on your nose, for example, it will be softer. So you put this accessory. They have more accessory like also this one that is on honeycomb. Or maybe you want to have a snoot to go really precise on one area and light just one area. Or maybe you want to bounce light, make typical picture, you want to bounce light like this. But if you do that, the big problem with bouncing light is that if you make pictures of people, their eyes will be dark. So for that you need to have catch light. And many people think this is a bounce guard to light. It's actually, lighting is made by the ceiling, but this bounce guard will give a bit of life to faces and to eyes, all that, so you can place it, okay? Maybe you have a really wide angle and the zoom here is start from 28mm up to 105 and it will not cover everything. So you can place this diffuser here, okay? And it will be a lot wider and it will be better to show to light the scene. Or maybe you don't want to light completely. You could actually place this barn door and say, let's open it. Okay, let's say I want light where you are, but I don't want it to spill on the side. For example, you can place it as you want, okay? And so you have a barn door like this. Or let's say you want to make a picture right now. You see this is really orange. If you light with the color temperature of a flash unit, whether it's this one or anyone, I will look really blue because you have this orange. If I was lit more, if you make picture of my hand like this right now, that is really orange. So you need to balance this. So for that, you would actually remove this, and they have several gels like this. They're plastic, okay, with color correction. So I could place the orange one, for example, okay. Place it here. Oh sorry, I didn't place it properly. Okay, it's placed right now. Okay, I can still put a diffuser if I want. Okay, but then now it's orange. It's not this basic light anymore. So this way I can really match the ambient light. So I think these accessories are really great to give more possibility, more versatility to your flash unit. So I think I've told almost everything. I didn't get in details exactly how the menu works, okay? It's easy, you have also more information, menus, all this. But I think you have the basic to have an idea if this flash could be for you or not. Honestly, I think I'm really surprised by Neewer. Neewer for me, years ago, was not a brand that was wow. But now they've bettered so much what they do. And this line of flashes give a great opportunity for people who have a limited budget to have great tools for lighting. And this is why I asked them to send me everything. So I will make a special photo shoot with the Q400, the Q200 and this Z2 combined, okay? But now this video is just to present this one and the accessories, and next video will be for the Q200 and the trigger, okay? But honestly, I think this flash for that price is completely recommendable. The build is plastic, yes, but still it's nice, it's well done. Nothing to complain about for that price, no doubt. Could be full metal, but more expensive. It will be really heavy and not practical. I think it's nice. Honestly, for me, I'm surprised with the quality Neewer is giving. So for me, completely recommendable. In case you would be interested in buying this flash or these accessories, there's a link in the description where you can buy it. So thank you so much, Neewer, for answering my email and sending me this gear so I can present it to you. Thank you to you for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel. The small button down here and the small bell. If you click on the bell, we'll get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Also remind you, I've got affiliated links in the description. Please use them, that really helps me. And if you buy Luminar Neo, Aperty by Skylum, but also any product from K&F, that includes K&F K&F Concept product, you get a 10% discount if you use my code ERIC10. 10% for Luminar and an aperitif by Skyline is extra discount. It means if you see a great offer, you still paste my code, it's even cheaper for you. In case of Ken Faith, well, 10% with my code ERIC10. Thank you so much for using it, that really helps me. So, thank you. I'll also leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much, please take care of yourself, and see you soon. Bye!